You're waiting for permission that will never come. You're watching the clock, watching others, waiting for the perfect moment while your life is passing by. The truth is devastating and it's liberating. Nobody is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your boss, not the universe, not luck, nobody. Just you. And that's the greatest gift you'll ever receive. Right now, at this very moment, there are people who look like you, who came from what you came from, who faced what you're facing. They didn't wait. They didn't ask for permission. They didn't need a sign or a guarantee or perfect circumstances. They moved. And today they live in a completely different reality than the one they were born into. They crossed a bridge that you're still standing before. That reality is available to you too. But you have to want it more than you want comfort. You have to want it more than you want to sleep in. You have to want it more than you want validation from people who don't even believe in themselves. Let me tell you what I see when I look at you. I see someone carrying the weight of unfulfilled potential like a stone in your chest. I see regret living in your bones, not because you failed spectacularly, but because you haven't tried authentically. I see fear dressed up as practicality, wearing a suit that almost looks respectable. I see excuses that sound reasonable at midnight but taste like poison in the morning light. I see a life that could be magnificent being lived as a routine, as a series of obligations to people and systems that don't have your best interest at heart. And the worst part, you know it, you feel it deep in your being. That hollow ache that wakes you at 3 a.m, that voice that whispers, this isn't all there is for you. That's not your enemy. That's not depression or negativity. That's your compass. That's your soul refusing to accept the small version of your life. Pain is information. It's a message from the part of you that remembers your dreams. Regret is a teacher, the harshest and most honest one you'll ever have. Fear is a map showing you exactly where you need to go, pointing directly at the boundary between who you are and who you're meant to become. Every emotion you're running from is actually running toward you, trying to tell you something vital. You've been waiting for external permission. You've been waiting for the economy to change, for relationships to align perfectly, for circumstances to be ideal. You've been waiting for someone to believe in you before you believe in yourself. You've been waiting for the stars to align, for the timing to be right, for the conditions to be perfect. But here's the truth. Nobody tells you when you're young and hopeful. Belief isn't something you receive from others like a gift box. It's something you build every single day, brick by brick. Your own hands lay each brick. The first brick is the hardest because you're placing it on nothing but faith. The 100th brick is still hard because discipline doesn't get easier. You just get stronger. But somewhere between brick 1 and brick 100, something shifts inside you. You stop looking for permission and you start looking in the mirror. You see someone different looking back. This is the moment where everything changes. Not because you're suddenly smarter or luckier or more talented than you were yesterday. Not because your circumstances magically improved, but because you finally accepted the most powerful truth of human existence. You are responsible for your life. All of it. Every single aspect. The good, the bad, the decisions that worked out, the consequences of the ones that didn't, the victories you're proud of and the failures that haunt you. When you stop looking for someone to save you, when you stop waiting for the right conditions, you become unstoppable. You become dangerous to mediocrity. You become a force of nature. Discipline is love. Say that to yourself right now. Discipline is love, not punishment, not self-torture. Love. It's love for your future self, the person you're becoming. It's love for your potential, for the dreams that live inside you. It's love for the possibility of your life. Every time you do what you said you would do, especially when nobody's watching, when nobody will ever know, you're sending a message to yourself. You matter. Your word matters. Your commitment matters. You're not a person who breaks promises to yourself. You're not waiting anymore. I need you to understand something crucial right now. The world is structured to make you dependent. Institutions profit from your doubt. Marketing exists to convince you that you need external solutions. Other people benefit when you believe you can't do it alone. The entire system is designed to extract your power and sell it back to you in smaller and smaller portions. So when I tell you that you need to do this alone, I'm not being harsh or cruel. I'm telling you a revolutionary truth. Your independence is more powerful than any system designed to control you. Your self-belief is worth more than any external validation could ever be. Start here, start now, start with what's in front of you, not with elaborate plans or perfect strategies. Start with the thing that's been calling to you, the dream you've been rehearsing in your head, the goal you think about when you're alone, the version of yourself you'd like to become. That's your starting point, not where you wish you were, not where others are. Where you are right now with what you have is exactly where the work begins. If your dream is a mountain, you don't look at the summit and despair about the distance. You don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle. You place one foot in front of the other. You climb in silence while others are still sleeping. You build calluses on your hands from the work and strength in your spirit from the struggle. You accept that the mountain will be harder than you imagined and more rewarding than you dreamed. And you climb anyway, not because you're guaranteed to reach the top, not because success is promised, but because the alternative, staying at the bottom while you can still breathe, while you still have time, is unbearable. It's intolerable. It's death while you're still alive. Seeds need darkness to grow. This is a fundamental law of nature. They need to be buried, to feel the pressure of soil pressing down on them, to struggle through the earth toward light they can't yet see. The seed doesn't complain about its circumstances. It doesn't wait for the sun to come find it underground. It doesn't make excuses. It grows anyway. And when it finally breaks through the surface and people see the bloom, nobody remembers the darkness it endured. They only see the growth. They only see the beauty. They only see the result. You're a seed right now. And I need you to understand that the darkness you're feeling, the struggle you're experiencing, the uncertainty about whether you can do this, the doubt that whispers maybe you're not enough, that's not your destruction. That's your preparation. That's the soil that will teach you how to grow. That's the pressure that will make you resilient. Most people quit during this phase. They look for easier soil, softer conditions, less resistance. They never break through. They remain seeds, but you're going to be different. You're going to let this pressure shape you. You're going to find strength in the struggle. You're going to remember that every single thing worth having came from this exact place, the dark, uncertain place where you have to believe before you can see. Here's what you do, starting today. Not tomorrow, when you're more motivated. Not next week when life settles down. Not when you feel ready. Today, right now. This is the only moment that actually exists. First, define one thing. Just one. What is the one area of your life that requires your focus right now? Not 10 things scattered across your mind like debris. Not 3 things dividing your energy. 1, clear, specific, real. Write it down. Make it concrete. Make it yours. This could be a skill you need to develop, a business you want to build, a relationship you want to repair, a body you want to strengthen, a mind you want to sharpen. Pick one, just one. This is an act of power. Saying yes to one thing means saying no to everything else. Second, commit to a daily ritual around that one thing. 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever you can protect fiercely. This is sacred time. This is non-negotiable. This is how you tell yourself that you matter more than your excuses, more than comfort, more than the phone in your pocket, more than the sleep you could get. This daily ritual is the bridge between intention and reality. This is where dreams become tangible. Start small if you need to, but start. A 30-minute commitment done for 90 days beats a 2-hour commitment done inconsistently. Third, build a bridge from where you are to where you need to be. That bridge is made of decisions, thousands of small decisions. Every single day, you're either building that bridge or standing on the shore watching others cross. Which will you choose? The bridge isn't built in a day or even in a month. It's built in 1,000 small moments of courage. The moment you choose the harder thing when the easier thing is available. The moment you choose consistency over intensity, the moment you choose yourself when someone else needs your attention, the moment you choose to keep going when quitting feels right. These moments are invisible to everyone but you. Nobody will applaud them. Nobody will know. And that's exactly the point. Fourth, accept that storms will come. They absolutely will come. They'll arrive in the form of doubt, crushing doubt that makes you question everything. They'll come in the form of failed attempts and wasted effort and paths that led nowhere. They'll come in the form of people who don't believe in your vision, who think you're wasting your time, who want to pull you back into comfort. These storms are not signs that you're on the wrong path. They're evidence that you're on a path worth fighting for, something that matters enough to resist you, something that's important enough to challenge you. When the storm hits, you don't abandon the ship. You don't wait for perfect weather. You sail through it. You trust that you've built yourself strong enough. You trust that the storm will pass. You trust that on the other side, you'll be stronger. Fifth, stop seeking validation from the world. The world will applaud mediocrity. The world will celebrate distraction and consumption and staying small. The world will reward you for being controllable and predictable and easy to manage. But your deepest self, the part of you that can't sleep at night because of unfulfilled dreams, that part of you is seeking something entirely different. It's seeking your own respect. It's seeking evidence that you believe in you. It's seeking proof that your life means something. That's the only validation that matters. Earn your own respect. Become the person you respect. The applause from the world will follow. But more importantly, you'll be able to look at yourself in the mirror without flinching. Sixth, document your progress. Keep a record of what you're doing. Not for Instagram, not for anyone else, for you. Write down your victories, even the small ones. Write down the days you did the work when you didn't feel like it. Write down the barriers you overcame. This record becomes evidence. When doubt arrives, you can look back and see that you didn't quit. You can see that you're different than you were 30 days ago. You can see that the work is working. This is how you build unshakable belief in yourself. There will be moments when this is hard. There will be moments when you question whether you're crazy to do this alone, whether you should wait for help, whether the cost is too high, whether it's worth the sacrifice, whether you should just accept a smaller life. In those moments, I want you to remember something fundamental. Every single person you admire, every person who achieved something that seemed impossible, they had a moment like this too. Maybe many moments. They chose. They chose themselves. They chose the work. They chose to believe that their effort mattered even if the outcome was uncertain. They chose discipline over comfort. They chose growth over safety. You're not doing this because success is guaranteed. You're doing this because failure to try is unacceptable. You're doing this because your potential is too important to ignore. You're doing this because there's a version of you living 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and that version is either going to be grateful for what you do today or devastated by what you didn't do. That future version of you is watching this moment. That version of you is begging you to start, to begin, to take the first step. And fire teaches us something powerful. Fire consumes everything that isn't essential. Fire burns away the weak and the fragile and the unnecessary. Fire transforms what it touches. It purifies. It creates new possibilities. You need to become fire, not the kind that destroys and harms, but the kind that purifies. Burn away the excuses. Burn away the fear. Burn away the waiting. Burn away the old stories about who you are and what you're capable of. Let that fire be your discipline. Let it be your consistency. Let it be your commitment to yourself. Let it burn away everything that's keeping you small. Think about your life 5 years from now. Picture it clearly. Can you see it? Are you proud of that person? Are you inspired by what they've accomplished? Or does that vision make you uncomfortable? Does it look too much like your current reality? That discomfort is important. That's your soul refusing to accept stagnation. That's your deeper self saying, I know we can do better than this. Listen to that voice. Honor that voice. Act on that voice. Here's something most people never realize. You're not actually afraid of failure. You're afraid of success. You're afraid of the responsibility that comes with achievement. You're afraid of the visibility. You're afraid that once you start succeeding, you'll have to keep going. You'll have to maintain it. You'll have to become someone bigger than who you've been. That fear is legitimate. It's rational, and it's completely irrelevant. Growth requires becoming bigger. Evolution requires change. Expansion requires fear. You move through it, not around it. The river doesn't ask permission to flow downhill. It simply flows. It adapts to obstacles, carving new paths when necessary. It finds the way around resistance, and eventually, inevitably, it reaches the ocean. You are a river. Your purpose is to flow. Your nature is to move. The only thing stopping you is the belief that you need permission, that you need perfect conditions. That belief is a lie. Release it. Let it go. Flow. Consider the people who inspire you most. Not celebrities or influencers, but the actual people in your life who've overcome something real. Ask them about their journey. What you'll discover is that their path was messy. It was filled with setbacks and self-doubt and moments of wanting to quit. What made the difference wasn't that they had advantages you don't have. It's that they kept going. They did the work. They stayed committed even when commitment was all they had. That same capability lives inside you right now, not in the future when you're more prepared. Right now. Stop waiting for the perfect time. The perfect time doesn't exist. It never has. Every person who's ever accomplished something significant started when they weren't ready. They started with incomplete information. They started with fear. They started anyway. You can too. This is your moment. Not someday. Not when you're ready. Not when circumstances align perfectly. Now, this very moment, with everything you have, from exactly where you stand, you are ready because you've decided you're ready. You have enough because you've decided to make it enough. You are strong because you've chosen to become strong through effort. You are capable because you've decided to find out just how capable you can be. Nobody is coming to build your life for you. Nobody is coming to push you toward your dreams. Nobody is coming to make it easier. And here's what's more important than anything. You don't need anyone. You never did. You just needed to believe it. You just needed to understand that you contain everything you need to begin. You contain courage. Not the absence of fear, but courage that exists alongside fear. You contain resilience. The ability to bounce back and try again. You contain the capacity to endure difficulty. You contain the intelligence to learn. You contain the strength to persist. You contain the power to transform your life. So stop waiting. Stop watching. Stop preparing. Stop reading about success while not taking action. Stop gathering information and calling it progress. Start moving. Start taking action today. Small action is better than perfect planning. Imperfect action is better than no action. Begin now. Your life is happening right now while you're thinking about it. Every moment you spend in hesitation is a moment you can never get back. Time moves only forward. It doesn't return. It doesn't slow down for people who aren't ready. It just keeps moving, carrying you forward, whether you're actively engaged with your life or passively watching it pass. This is your revolution. Not against external forces, but against the small thinking that's been holding you back. Against the fear that's been whispering lies. Against the people who told you that you couldn't do it. Against the voice inside your head that says you're not enough. This is your declaration of independence from mediocrity. Start today. Start small if you need to. But start. Start with one commitment. Start with 30 minutes. Start with one phone call, one application, one attempt. Start with your declaration that you're done waiting. Start with your commitment that you'll do this alone if you have to, because you're finally worth it. Watch as your life transforms, not because you got lucky, not because someone believed in you, not because circumstances changed, but because you finally believed in yourself enough to do the work. Watch as the impossible becomes possible. Watch as the dream becomes real. Watch as the person you're meant to be finally emerges. Your future self is begging you. That version of you in 5 years is pleading with you right now. Don't wait. Move now. Move alone if you have to. Move forward. That is everything. That is your life. That is your only option. Move.